All right, this is a quick intraday video here. The time is about 3 minutes after 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today is Tuesday, November the 29th, 2016. All right, trading room, listen up. On the 1 hour chart here, looking at the gold futures, you can see here every time there's an up bar, when you have your momentum locked into the downside, the Smackdown cometh. So here's the first target here. Here's the second one here, leg down. And now here we are here. With the elongated bar here, the Smackdown should be twice as long as this extension here. So this would put gold to around 1175, 1170 on the next down move. So red alert, we're looking at the possibility of a huge devastating Smackdown coming. And this is just the hourly chart. Let me show you what the 4 hour chart is looking like. Alright, here we go. It's testing this support. You got overhead resistance here, top of the Kumo cloud here, and then you got the cloud headed down, pushing prices down with it. So you got two overhead resistance areas at 1191, 1189, and then 1203. And right now there's pressure. So every time the gold tries to pop up, they smack it back down again. Now on the 4 hour chart, you have a positive pulse wave chart, but not really, because of the overhead resistance that is happening below the Kumo cloud without hitting any new highs. Therefore, this is just setting up for what I showed you on the hourly chart. Taking a look now at the daily chart, you're in a negative pulse wave, and as you can see here, all rallies get sold. Boom. This one is no exception. All right. It's just how it is when you're locked in. Here's another example here, and we come down. Here, waited, and then it came down. Here, waited, then it came down. So here you are. This support of 1170.30 is not true support yet because it hasn't been tested. It needs to be tested, and if it's bested and it drops below that, then we could be seeing 1150. So this is just how this is setting up. You got to keep your eyes and ears open. All right, here's the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, we're already in a negative pulse wave and dangerously close to dropping below the Kumo cloud. A close below the Kumo cloud on the weekly chart sets up for drastic negative momentum. If the shorter term trend line crosses below the longer term trend line, and they meet together below the Kumo cloud, that's extremely bearish in its beginning stages of the bear market on the weekly chart. All right, so what am I saying? I believe it's going to drop further. I think 1150 is going to be probably your support. Then it's going to come down here and head fake people. It's going to close down here. Then you may get one more bar. You got a couple bars that this can happen before you hit the ramp. And then you hit the ramp, and then depending on the momentum within here, when you get in this Kumo cloud, this is where the big ramps come into play. So if the trajectory follows, then you can reverse and resume the bull trend. If this fails in here, then you collapse lower, and then it's just wide open to the bottom. It's a race to the bottom. So that's the way this is sizing up. So now, how do you play the contrary view on this? Okay, on the contrary side of things, you got to watch the UGLD. If the UGLD goes pulse wave, all right, that's what we're waiting for. That's what we're looking for. Our alert is if the UGLD goes full-blown pulse wave. So watch it. So it's a ways off from it now. But if it goes full pulse wave, then we got to liquidate the DGLD and get long the UGLD, because then that means that the market's ready to go. So on the daily time frame, we're watching it just to see if anything weird develops. But as it stands, this right here, every time we hit the resistance, the market falls. Every time it touches the trend line, it falls. Every time. All right? So be mindful of that. And trade what you see, not what you think. So you got your trading plan, you got your pulse wave price triggers, you know where to put your stops, and you know what pulse wave price breakouts that you're looking for. So if this is going to be a support and it's going to try to take off and go positive pulse wave on the gold futures, which we're looking at now, then you're gonna reverse and you're gonna get into the UGLD. So right now we ride the DGLD for all it's worth, and the downtrend's not over until it's over. But just keep in mind of momentum changes and shifts within the markets. All right. So with that said, remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can, give nothing back. Peace.